on the planet. And I think that when you do that, you have to be really careful about what you do and what your next move is, because if that's what people know you as, anything you do that doesn't live up to that, I think ultimately can hurt you. And Mark Curry had always been a hardcore, funny guy, but, unfortunately, he did a show that was so watered down that you didn't really get a true representation of what he was like on stage. And by the time it was over and he showed you what he could do on stage, it was like people weren't buying it. It was like, they were like, man, this is not the same dude who we knew from the show. The guy on the show seemed kind of like a watered-down version, and now this guy is trying to be hard, when in fact he was always hard first and I guess soft second. So you got to be careful. Like, when Martin did Martin, it was a real representation of who he was on stage. So people could make the connection with the two and not feel like there was anything fake going on. So you got to be careful with TV and what you do, because if you don't do the right thing, people get confused about what they see on TV versus what you are on stage. And a lot of what I do on stage matches what I've done on TV, because people just go, man, the stuff you've done on TV has been really crazy and really edgy, and you see the same thing in my stage show.
Very true. And as a final parting shot, Aries, myself and Blade were previewing there's a very big WWE pay-per-view coming to San Jose this upcoming Sunday night between two competitors. One, John Cena. I think that maybe you've heard of him. He was in the Marine, and I'm sure that all the people in Hollywood are loving his chiseled good looks and whatnot. But there's a wrestler that's named Bobby Lashley. Now, you probably are wondering, okay, Mosh, who the hell is this Bobby Lashley fella? And he pretty much looks like Kadeem Hardison from A Different World, one of your former colleagues back on that program, on steroids. So, obviously, I don't know if you've had a chance to meet John Cena beforehand, but we were tied 2-2 in determining John Cena versus Bobby Lashley for our predictions for Sunday night. And since you were so gracious enough to give us some of your free time this evening, even if you don't know anything about wrestling, which you obviously do know some, you sounded pretty schooled earlier on in the conversation and the interview, who do you got on Sunday between John Cena and Bobby Lashley at the Great American Bash?
And why?
I don't really know me too much. Do know who John Cena is. I've never met him, but it'd be hard for me to say. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Oh, well,
we're actually going to be breaking the ice here.
This is the second time I think we've put on hold.
Well, that was last week during Lance Hoyt.
Okay.
This is becoming
this is familiar territory for the Hammers.
Hello?
All right.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was my manager's assistant. Yeah, so I don't know who the other guy is, and again, I was a wrestling fan back in the days of Macho Man Savage and Hulk Hogan, and kind of what we talked about earlier. Once I found out that it wasn't real, my heart was broken and I moved on.
Well, you know what?
So I don't quite follow wrestling like I used to.
Well, that's right. I don't think that our fan base is going to hold it against you, because I got to say this. Literally, one of the most important guests in our 5+ year history is the guest that's rounding down his time with us here on Monday Night Mayhem, Aries Spears. You can log in his official website, ariesspears.com, is myspace.com/Aries Spears. And again, Homestead, Pennsylvania, Richmond, Virginia, Cleveland, Ohio, Tempe, Arizona, Columbus, Ohio. Who knows, maybe we'll see on Aries' official website LeBron James and Aries hanging out backstage at the Improv. And, of course, Aries' album, I Ain't Scared. You can check it at Best Buy, Sam Goody's, Tower Records, or order by phone, 818-322-5127. Blade, I think we got to get Aries to Buffalo. He brought the funny on Monday Night Mayhem. We got to get all of our fans here in Southern.
Maybe even when it's not, butt-ass cold.
No, I think this could make sense. Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Southern Ontario, Aries Spears. I think that it definitely would draw some people, as we like to say. Aries.
Hell, if Screech can get 200, imagine what you can get.
I think that he can at least draw. I think that he can at least draw 500 or 1,000. Aries, very much appreciated for your time, and like I said, hopefully we can get your ass up here to Buffalo, New York, and tear this mother up, as they say.
I would absolutely love it and look forward to it.
Very much, Aries. We really appreciate it. We'll keep in touch. My friend Mayhem fans will be back at it after this with Barry Darso along the areas of the Monday Night Mayhem Radio Network. Stay tuned.
What triggers the